Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Malang Toastmaster Club and also Kasthamandap Toastmaster Club joint meeting. And I would like to thank you for all of you to join us today. So this is really special. So I would like to warmly welcome to all Malang Toastmaster Club and also Kasthamandap Toastmaster Club member from Nepal, I believe. And I would like to say hello for all of you. We have me, we have Raphael, and we have Ishu Mital, Puja, we have Suman, we have Taha, we have Bob, we have Sabina, and also we have Anuj Sarkar. And pardon me if I spell your name not correctly. So also we have special edu speaker for tonight is Toastmaster Rachel Chan. So thank you again for helping us in this special joint meeting. And before the meeting start, I would like to remind you about the meeting rule. First is please mute or turn off your microphone if you don't speak. So I really encourage you, all of you to turn on your camera so we can see your smile and enthusiasm. And the most important is to relax and enjoy the meeting for tonight. Yeah, I think that's all for me, and I will give control to Toastmaster on the meeting. No other than our VPE from Malang Toastmasters, Toastmaster Anayuda.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Apri. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome
Good
to
evening.
our meeting. It is joint meeting Malang Toastmaster Club from Indonesia and Kasthamandap Toastmaster Club from Nepal. I am Anayuda, your Toastmaster of the meeting for today's meeting. Happy Ramadan, happy fasting for all my Muslim friends. As we know that nowadays we are in holy month of Ramadan, fasting generally entails abstaining from food, drink, and sexual relationship from before the first light of dawn until the setting of the sun. It is forbidden to eat and drink. So I have a question. If you have to choose, live without food or without water? May I know the answer from Eska? Which one you are going to choose if you have to live without food or without water?
I guess I choose without food since if we cannot live without water. So yeah, that's my answer. That's Mr. Anne.
Okay, thank you. So now, Rashmi Sarawagi
Yes.
from
Can you
Nepal.
sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, it is clear. So if you have to choose which one you are going to choose, you have to live without water or without food.
I think without food.
Mhm. So you only drink water.
No, like without food we can still go away with for a few days, but with water it's impossible. Still, just now also I'm holding a glass of water,
Oh yeah.
sitting for.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, data said that human can live or survive without water only for 3 days. Headline or researchers believe that a person can live for up to 3 without food as long as they have water to drink. So without both water and food, a person cannot survive for more than 4 days only. So here we know that water is vital to our health. It plays a key role of our body's function, including bringing nutrition to cells and maintaining body temperature. Water almost our go-to beverage. So as our theme today, World Water Day, it held on 22nd of March every year since 1993. According to the official website of World Water Day, this commemoration was established by the United Nations General Assembly to highlight the crucial role of water for the world. Water is one of the primary sources of life. However, in several other countries, many people still face challenges in assessing clean water, especially in border areas experiencing drought. The primary focus of World Water Day is to support the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals for the years to 2024. The theme is harnessing water for peace or water for prosperity and peace. So now we move to our meeting. As usual, in every Toastmaster meeting, we always have 3 items of agendas. For the first one is prepare speech. And today it is special for us because we have our Edu session, our speaker along the way from Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia, Toastmaster Rachel Chan. Welcome to our meeting for tonight, and thank you so much for helping us as our education for tonight. And the second session is table topic, and the last session is evaluation session. So, do our GE here already here?
Yes, Anna. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. Yes.
Okay, Bob. So now it's your time to introduce your team for GE team. Over to you, Bob.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anna. As the general evaluator for today's meeting, I'm so sorry I cannot switch on my video because I'm in a place where it's impossible to do so. But as the general evaluator, I will be evaluating the meeting that we're going to have today. To help me evaluate this meeting, I have a tag team. First of all, I'd like to invite the tag team to please introduce themselves and their roles. So for that, I'd like to request Toastmaster Eva, who is the timer and our counter for today, to please introduce herself and her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bob. Hello, everyone. My name is Eva. I'm from Malang Toastmaster Club, and first timer, I will count I will track your time. If you are speaker, you have 5 until 7 minutes, which is education session. It's take 5 until 20 minutes, and then the second one is table topic participant. You have 1 until 2 minutes, and then the last is evaluation. You have 2 until 3 minutes, and then my other rule is counter. I will take note of if you speak with fillers, unnecessary words, or repeated words. Fillers suck as and then unnecessary word like so, and then repeated word like and how, and something like that. Back to you, Toastmaster Bob.
Thank you, Toastmaster Eva. Who is the grammarian for today?
It's me, Suman.
Okay, Toastmaster Suman. So, Toastmaster Suman, can you please introduce your role as the grammarian and also introduce the word of the day?
Yeah. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Suman Agarwal and from Kasthamandap Toastmasters Club, Kathmandu. I'm taking the role of the grammarian. As a grammarian, my role is to point out any glitches which we've made in speaking English language. I'll try my level best to take out as many good words which I can grasp from the speakers, and moreover pinpoint the places, the grammatical errors which can be rectified and which can be evaluated for our further speeches. Moreover, now the word of the day today is absorb. Absorb is meaning is take in or soak up. It can be to take up the attention of someone. It can be interested greatly. So, for example, I'll frame out a sentence. We sat in a chair, observed, looking at the screen for the meeting today, viewing all our online participants and Toastmasters. That's it for right now. I'll be evaluating later on as the general evaluator gives me the time. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Bob.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suman. Can you also please share the word of the day on the chat screen so that people have reference to that as the meeting goes on? So that's my tag team. I'll also have direct evaluator who will be evaluating Toastmaster Tatata, who will be evaluating the speaker for today. And at the end of the meeting, I will be providing my feedback on how the meeting was conducted. So back to you, Toastmaster Anna.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Bob. So now we are going to the next season. It is prepared speech from Toastmaster Apri. So before Toastmaster Apri, I'm going to call his evaluation Toastmaster Tata. Okay, Toastmaster Tata, please introduce the speaker for today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Anna. So Toastmaster Apri is giving his speech today, which is titled Connecting with Audience. The speech title is My Public Speaking Journey. The purpose of speech today is to practice the skill needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. The member completing this project is practicing the skills needed to connect with a different audience that he has or she has never been connected with before. And to do this, the member presents a topic that is new or unfamiliar to the club members. So, best of luck, Toastmaster Apri, the virtual.
Okay, thank you. Before I start, do I sound clear? Thumb up.
Yes.
Thank you. John Paul said, communication works for those who work at it. I found that interesting. Fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests, raise your hand if you have ever had difficulty communicating your idea to other people. Anyone? Oh, nice. I believe some people have this experience, struggling to communicate their thought effectively, especially as an introvert, just like me. I remember when I was in high school, I had a difficult time communicating my idea, especially when I did not understand a subject about something in a class. I will stay silent because I too shy to ask. But it also why when it comes to talk to the girl I like, it's impossible to do. My hands start shaking, my mind goes blank, and my heart beats. It's going to explode. Back then, I have a dream to get to know people without talking because I hate to talk and make conversation. I hope I have an ability to detect thought, just like a Professor X in X-Men movie, where he can read people's mind. However, it's quite impossible and challenging to do until I graduate from high school and start work in collaborative environment where communication is essential to make the project run effectively. I remember one of my clients getting angry because I don't understand what he say, and I keep making a mistake over and over again. My client said, Aubrey, can you make this design more bigger? Sure, here it is. And he said, I still don't see any improvement for this design. Really? So here is the update. Nope, I still don't see it. Okay, there is another update. And my client reply again. I cannot see the design has been improved. Stop wasting my time. How is your English? And little did I know that when what he meant was to make the design of the border more bigger. So I did that. And from that moment, I start to realize that I need to improve my English and my communication skill more better. And so one day I started looking for a course to improve my English around my location. And after I joined the course for about 2 years, unfortunately, I still don't get any significant result because I rarely practice it. I learned something, but it's really hard for me to apply it in action. So I'm looking for a community instead. And I joined a lot of community to meet people and practice my speaking ability. Again, it's really hard for me to find a community that can do regular meetup because sometimes they only conduct the meetup once every month, once every year, or even they didn't disappear without I knowing it. And until I found a Toastmaster, after I read an article online where I can learn by doing and practice it almost every day, especially online. So it can help me to accelerate my learning curve. In the beginning of my journey, I just want to learn English. But along the way, I realized that learning public speaking can help me tremendously apply my English skill to the next level. To my surprise, as a beginner, my first speech was well received. I delivered it smoothly without relying on notes, and the audience seemed impressed about my presentation. They respond with a warm round of applause and congratulations. And it was exhilarating experience for me. Until my evaluator gave me a feedback, I had to realize my mistake from my pronunciation, body language, and eye contact, which need to be improved. After doing it a couple of times, I started to understand how to pick the right word to persuade my audience, how to write a script, and make my speech more engaging with use of voice tonality. Now, after I joined the community for almost 7 years, I noticed significant improvement in my communication skill. I can deliver my talk with ease compared when I first started. It transformed me to a person who is shy and have a hard time to talk to people, to a person who have a good time and to meet people and share my idea. Just like John Powell said, communication works for those who work at it. Learn it and you will be surprised at the positive impact you can have on your relationship, career, and life. Back to Toastmaster of the meeting.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Apri. From your speech, we observed knowledge, a lot of knowledge how to deal with our communications problem. So thank you so much for sharing your personal story tonight. So now we are going to our Edu speaker for tonight. So now let me introduce her biography first. Let me take a breath. For the first one, Toastmaster Rachel Chan. She is a quantity survivor by profession and have been in the building construction field for 24 years. The second one joined Toastmaster Club since April 2021 currently the VPE for Kota Kinabalu H1 Toastmaster Club District 87. Also, the same time, currently the VPM for Fast and Various Toastmaster Club District 102, founding member for Pacific International H1 Toastmaster Club, newly joined a fourth Toastmaster Club, SWEPA Toastmaster Club, third place winner in district level humor speech contest in 2022, first place winner for international speech contest division level 2023, and first place winner for international speech area level 2024. So now, without any further ado, please welcome our Edu speaker for today, Toastmaster Rachel Chan, the art of storytelling. Time is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Anna. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Toastmaster, good evening. I am Rachel, and I am very happy and very pleased to be here with all of you in Indonesia and Nepal. It's my first time to be in Nepal. It has always been in my bucket list to go to Nepal, and finally my dream has come true. Even if it's virtual, I'm very happy to be here. I've been to Bali once. That's the only place in Indonesia that I have been to. But I've been bragging around with my family and friends here in Malaysia that I've been going to Indonesia almost every week. And they got puzzled. But now I have another new things to tell my family and friends that I have been to Nepal, which is tonight. Thank you so much for having me. So first of all, I just want to tell you that the art of storytelling is not something that I am really expert, to be honest with you. So don't be intimidated or don't be afraid that, oh, this Toastmaster Rachel is coming to join the meeting tonight. Is she really that expert or whatnot? But what I can tell you is that I've been joining Toastmasters Club for 3 years, and I challenge myself each and every time when there's contest, I challenge myself to join. Why do I join? Because I love to tell stories, and stories, especially my personal stories. You see, each and every one of you have your own unique story. Every single day, 365 days a year, you have 365 stories to share. Some are good ones and some are bad ones. The good ones, you have something that you can remember, something worth to remember, that you have something to appreciate about. And what if the bad ones? What if you have bad days? At the end of the day, you will want to question yourself, what has happened and why has been a bad day? Is it something that you need to learn? There's a valuable lesson that we need to learn? And that is something which is worthwhile to share with your audience when it comes to storytelling. Toastmaster Anna, can I have the screen? Can I have my slide to be shared on the screen, please? Thank you so much, Anna.
Toastmaster Apri, can you help me?
Okay, I will share my screen.
All right, thank you so much. So these are my 5 recipes when it comes to writing your story and how to master the art of telling your story. So have you noticed what is the best thing to engage with the audience as Toastmaster when it is our turn to deliver our speech? Say you want to do your manual speech and you want to deliver your speech. What are the things that you want to give an impact to your audience, and you want your audience to be connected with you as a speaker? And how do you get yourself to be so much engaged with the audience? The answer is to use your personal story. Your personal story is a powerful tool to connect with your audience. And when you prepare your story, I'm sure some of you might wonder, how do you begin to write your story? Why is story is so important, especially personal story? Have you ever come across people try to sell you stuff? For instance, I don't know, in Nepal or in Indonesia, where for my case in Malaysia, I have people try to sell me insurance. Have you ever come across, do you have that? Friends or family, they give you cold calls, people who have never called you before, and then suddenly they call you, they ask you out for a coffee. And by the time when you say yes, you went there and meet them up, only to realize that they are trying to sell you insurance, or perhaps direct sellings. They try to sell you products like multivitamins or super supplement or anything, products. Did you realize that what makes you want to spend more than 10 minutes to sit down and sort of like carried away with what is it that they want to share with you? Have you noticed that they don't immediately tell you what they want to sell? They always start by telling you a story, inspiring stories. For instance, like a story of someone they know, someone that they love, even story about themselves, something that has happened to them, some tragic, perhaps maybe they have health issues or financial issues or anything like that. And then they told you that they have a solution. And then their life changed to become a better life. And then only then they take you out, this is the product. And this is the product, the reason why they have this life from a miserable life into a wonderful life. So that's how they use story to inspire people and finally buy a product. Now, why am I telling you this? As a Toastmaster, as a member of Toastmaster, we want to learn how to become an effective communication and effective speaker. And we want to master the skill in our communication skill. And then when we go on the floor and speak in front of many people, we want to make sure we are able to give people that impact. And that's why we ourselves is the product. Do you understand what I'm saying here? We are the products. Just now I said, imagine someone asks you out, they try to sell you insurance or vitamins or some kind of pills or magic potions, something like that. And finally, you want to buy because you believe the stories, the testimony when they tell you. So analogically, what I'm saying is that we ourselves is the product in Toastmaster. We show up ourselves as a product and we tell the audience, who are we? What are we made of? What's going on in our life? So here's when you want to write a story. So I have already covered that. Number one, what is story? A story is actually something that you want to tell the audience, an event. But a story, a good story, it has to be a personal story, a story that comes from genuinely from your own life. And the purpose, number two, is the purpose of the story. When you tell someone a story, what is the purpose? For instance, like our first speaker just now, Toastmaster Apri, he told us about the struggle when he was trying to improve in his communication skill. And he told us about the journey where he struggled and the downside of the life where he wasn't able to master that communication skill. And what happened after he mastered the communication skill, he was able to do a lot of things. It was a life-changing moment. And that purpose of his story was to inspire the audience, to motivate the audience, so that we totally agree. Yes, that's very true. We can see that our Toastmaster Apri, when he strive and overcome the struggle to master that communication skill, That is the purpose. He gave us the purpose of to motivate us to polish our skill in communication. So when it comes to structure, now you would want to wonder, okay, so I've got my story. I know what the story is. I know what's my purpose of my story. I want to inspire my audience, I want to inspire my audience to eat and live healthily. So you want to tell them to live healthily, to eat healthy foods, change bad habit, quit smoking, quit drinking, and then what's next? Exercise. So you already have that purpose. Now the structure. A personal story, when you tell the audience your story, you have to have a character apart from yourself. So you have characters. For instance, if you want to share your story about, say for instance, your childhood story when you were at school, perhaps there are characters like your classroom, your best friend, your classmate, or your teachers, or perhaps your childhood story about when you were growing up with your parents and your siblings. So these are the characters. You have your mom and dad, or perhaps your best friend, your mentor, your boss, perhaps your enemy, your ex-lover, anybody. So you have to have a character apart from yourself. And in that character where you have someone else and yourself, try to think of it a venue. You have to have a venue. So something has happened. Something has happened between you and someone, and where is it? Think of a place at school, a place, your workplace in the office, or at home, or at the park, or at the party, a wedding banquet, something like that. And then the setting. The setting is where you create dialogues. You create a little bit of dialogues, what happened. Instead of telling the audience directly what happened, you can create dialogues. You say something, and that person, the different character, say something. You can create a story like that. So in your story, you see, we love to hear the story of people when they suffer. Trust me on this. So if you want to engage your audience, tell us which part that you've suffered. For instance, like Apri, he told us the part where he suffered. When he wasn't very good in communication skill, he suffered. So he suffered while trying to communicate with other people. So we love, as an audience, we love to hear about what is it that you suffer about. So that's the conflict. Tell us more about what you suffered. And then even more, you suffered one event after another event. And then you find a solution, like the aha moment. What is your aha moment? Perhaps the character in your story have told you some useful advice, some wonderful advice, and it was a aha moment. Or perhaps you yourself realize something after failing something, then you have found your aha moment. What is your resolution? And then somewhere along in your story, add a bit of humor, because that will help to entertain the audience. After you told the audience that how much you suffered, and then you found your solution, the resolution, give some humor in your story. And then at the end of your speech, give your audience a takeaway. Like, what is it that you want your audience to benefit in your story? Some life-changing moments that you experience in your story, that up and down that you encounter in your life. And then you give your audience a takeaway. So if you can imagine a graph, a good story can be like a straight line. And inside that straight line, something like you begin with telling the audience you have this happening. And then in your graph, it started to go down. That's where you encounter your struggles. That's where something has happened to you. Some unfortunate event has happened. So the graph goes down. And then it will go up. When you go up, that's where you found a solution, someone told you an idea, an aha moment for you. Someone in your character has given you a useful advice. So when you write, if you try to sit down quietly with your paper and pen, how do you structure your story? So these are the 5 ingredients. But what is the shape of your story? A good story is somewhere between a straight line and then it goes down and then up. That's where your happy moment, the aha moment, and then you give a takeaway to your audience. That's how you end the story. That's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. I did not attend any seminar or workshop how to write a good story or how to present a wonderful story or how to master the art of storytelling skill. As I have participated in many contests, I was very fortunate to have someone who volunteered, other Toastmasters, seasoned Toastmaster, and my mentors who reached out to me and gave me all kinds of ideas, so many ideas that I came up with all these 5 summary. And I feel that as long as you follow these 5 tips, you can create a wonderful story. So that's all from me. I would like to reserve the balance of the time for Q&A session. So if any one of you have any question, feel free to ask me.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone want to have questions?
I had a question. This is
Okay.
Toastmaster Sanish.
Toastmaster Sanish.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello, Rachel. So sometimes while writing the speech, I feel I'm not able to go further deep into the stories. I have completed 2 pathways. Right now, I'm able to write stories. I'm confident to deliver in front of the people. But now somehow I felt I have hit that artificial wall and not able to further delve deeper into writing the story. I feel that I'm again and again writing the similar depth or similar kind of stories. So how can I challenge myself to write further deep stories?
Thank you, Sunesh, for the question. Sunesh, first of all, I want to say well done for challenging yourself. I think that is the very first fundamental step to challenge yourself. So every time when you write your story, so you write that in a proper script. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So when you read your story over and over again, do you find yourself that you have a different kind? You see, when you write your story, the first time when you write your story, you have this kind of feeling, that initial feeling. After you deliver your story, and then give yourself a break, say for about a month or so. And then after a month, you look back your script. What kind of feeling? Are you satisfied? Because I believe when you read your story over and over again, you kind of like feeling you want to advance yourself. Because when you write a story, you must have come with a form of feelings. So what was the story about when you write? What was your story about?
So recently I participated in the international speech contest. So the message was do what you can. So
do what you can.
Yes, that was the message. So I took the personal story. Sometimes I criticize myself. Okay, today I did not give my 100%. Or
Okay.
I want to go for running or I want to do more work. But then there are days when I'm not able to give my 100%.
All right.
So that was, and then I also mentioned about giving speech in Toastmasters. So there are times when I feel for maybe a month or 2 months, I couldn't go for meetings, so I'm not able to give speech. So rather than feeling bad about it, when you realize that, start working on that. So whatever you pick up yourself from that and start working on that field. So be it in the personal, professional, or in relationship area, do whatever you can. So that was the message and couple of anecdotes.
Okay, so I guess the title of your speech is Do Whatever You Can.
Yes.
Okay, so my first suggest is that remain that same story, okay?
Yeah.
So when you read your script, if you can draw a graph, the flow of your story, is it up, down? Up means something good, something good, something good, and then something bad, and then something good. So is it up, down, and up? Is that the flow of your story?
Yes.
Okay, I want to challenge you. Can you start from the end of your story? Start that with the end of the story.
Okay.
And then start with the end of your story. And then after, what is it that you have achieved? Say, for instance, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm standing in front of you. I am a stronger person, a healthier person. I am more disciplined, and I am this, I am that, I am that. Tell the audience, what is it that you have done to yourself? Tell the audience. And then bring your audience back to the history. What happened to you before this? Do you get what I mean?
Got it. Got it.
You can still use your story, but change the structure, right?
Yes.
So I know your story say, okay, you're not happy, you're not happy, you're not happy, you're not happy, and then you do this, finally you're happy.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's
it was-
kind of boring, right? Because it's predictable. It's so predictable. I want you to challenge yourself. Use back the same story, but change the structure and make your audience to think. Make them think, what is it that you have done to yourself? Start by telling the audience how wonderful your life is. Wow. Tell the audience, you know what? I've succeeded. I've got the promotion. I've got increment in my salary. And I just found a new lover, and I got so many admirers. Tell the audience that and make the audience like, what? Okay. Give the audience that. And then, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen? 60 days ago, I was an entirely different person. You see, 60 days ago, I was what? You bring your audience down to the slum. Bring the audience down to the slum and make them, oh, wow. Oh, I see. Now that is what you have done to yourself to become that. Agree?
Yes. Thank
So
you.
what I'm trying to tell you is that your usual structured story was like straight up and down, right?
Yes.
So try to bring your audience up. Okay, something for a change, something different this time. Bring them up, so good, up, and bring them down. Bring them down, and then what is the takeaway? You bring them up. The takeaway that brought you in the beginning of your story, that you are this person that you desired so much, and you finally have become this best version of yourself. And try to change the topic. So instead of using your usual topic, try to use the topic that makes people wonder, what is that all about? Yeah, I think that can be interesting. Don't you agree?
Yes. Thank you for that, and I'll explore how I can do that.
Yes, do that experiment. You don't have to rewrite or change your story. You just have to shift. Instead of start something, put that at the back and use something, try to shift the structure of your story. That's all you need.
Thank you.
And see how that goes.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. I hope that helps.
Yes, it does. I'll restructure and then again attempt the speech. Thank you.
You're welcome. Excellent. I look forward to see your speech. Anyone else?
Okay, one more question, I think. Okay, Pius Mittal.
Hello. Am I
Hi.
audible?
Yes, you are audible, but you're not visible.
All right. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I wanted to ask, you talked about humor in the speech, but it's often difficult to put humor. Like when you put a lot of self-deprecating humor, it often feels flat. So can you extend
Yes.
on like how do you like develop yourself in humor more? Can you provide some
Okay.
advices?
I've seen a good humor speaker and I have seen not so good humor speaker. So what I realized that the not so good humor speaker is, I totally agree. They demote them so much, themselves so much that it makes people feel sorry for them. You see what happens when you make your audience feel sorry for you and it's not funny anymore. Do you agree? So if you want to deliver a humorous speech, try to balance up. Make fun of other people, but not other people in a way, but make fun. Remember the tips that I shared just now. You must have a character of that character. And I think we love surprises. As the audience, we love surprises. Try to tell story as if it's so predictable. You try to purposely tell a story as if predictable, and you pause and then you continue by saying something entirely different. Something that make them caught off guard. Do you understand? You tell a story and the story seems to be predictable, but then in actual fact, at the end, there was a twist, and you can make fun of yourself, but not too much. Because if you make fun of yourself too much, you make the audience feel sorry. Like, this guy is so sad. So there's the magical moment, the golden moment where that's the punchline. You give the punchline, you tell story, something predictable, and then you pause, you give the punchline, but the punchline is something entirely different. And I always believe in pause. Pause. Then you say something, then people will like a surprise, and then they find it pleasant and can be funny. You can make fun of the character in your story, but don't make fun of anyone in general, but make fun of whoever that character in your story. Just between you and that character, you can make fun between yourself. I hope that helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone asked me how to even begin to write a story, how to really like get your pen and paper. How do you begin to write your story? What I can share with you is that you don't need to think of the title immediately. Just quiet down yourself, get a pen and paper and start writing anything. Just keep writing, just write and write. Just don't stop. Anything that goes through your mind, Just write it down. Just keep writing and writing and writing and writing. And sooner or later, you will find yourself to have this story. You don't have to create a story. You need to write your own personal story. Don't worry about whether your story is going to be interesting or not, or boring. You see, personal story, every one of us, we have our own personal story. There's 7 billion population in this whole wide world. 7 billion people have their own unique personal story. So don't worry whether your story is going to be boring or not boring. Don't worry about that. Just keep writing. Just write as much, whatever that you can think of. Okay? When you're done writing, put it aside, take a break, go to sleep, have a walk in the park, watch a movie or whatever. And after that, take back the paper and write it and read it. When you read it, you will eventually find the element of your story. Only then you try to filter. Okay, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. Filter it. And then put it aside. Go have a walk in the park, play with your cats and dogs, go watch a movie. After a long break, take a nap, and then you take back your script again and read. Okay, finally, you're able to feel the structure of your story. And then you can start putting in the characters, your dialogues. Only then, put the title. Because only then you're able to identify the character of your story, the structure of your story. Don't start with thinking of the title first. Don't. Just write your story first. Don't think about the title. Just write first. Write, read, filter, restructure, take a break, and read again until you capture, okay, now I got it. Now I know my story. Only then you put the title, what is it about? Okay, my time is up. I hope I am able to help you within this short 20 minutes or so. And for those who are beginning to write their story and participate speech contests, I wish you all the best. Back to you, Toastmaster Anna.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Rachel. Give an applause to our Edu speaker for tonight. So it is another chance to observe a lot of knowledge about how to write our personal story in our speech for next speech. Okay, thank you so much. So now we go to our next session is table topic session for
We
our.
need to wait. Toastmaster Anna, we need to share the certificate.
Provide the certificate, for the education.
Okay, probably anyone want to help me to take picture or speaker?
Yes, I can help. Just pin the speaker.
Okay, I do see it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachel.
So now we go
I think we
to
can take picture together right now.
Yeah, photo session. Please
Yeah,
turn on your camera. Suman, Bob. Oh yeah, Bob.
Everyone,
Camera.
turn on your camera.
Ashmi, Shanish, Sabina. Please open your camera.
Yes.
Okay,
Sabina.
everyone ready? I will take picture. Okay. Let's do 2 picture. First is normal pose. Let's take in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see first. Okay, the second one is your precious post. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. Back to Toastmaster on the meeting.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Aprin. So now we go to table topic session. Toastmaster Eska, time is yours.
Thank you. As master of the meeting, I'd like to share my screen. Okay, so in table topic session, this is the session when we can practice our impromptu skill. So as the table topic master, I will give you topic and you can give your opinion to the topic that I will give to you, and you will have 1 until 2 minutes. Don't forget to pay attention to our timer, and don't forget to use our word of the day, absorb. And to help you, when you give your opinion, you can use the Oreo method: opinion, reason, example, and opinion again. Okay, does anyone want to become the first volunteer to this session? You can raise your hand if you want to become the first volunteer. Okay.
Sunis, raise your his hand.
Please raise your hand.
Sunis.
So okay, sorry, I can't see you. Okay, so Toastmaster Sunis, I will give you the first topic. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, sorry. Wait a minute. Okay, Toastmaster Sunis, the first topic is 1,000 have lived without love, not one without water. Save water. 1,000 have lived without love, not one without water. Toastmaster Sunis, time is yours.
I still remember, more than 2 decades back, I had gone with my parents on a journey to my native place. And we were carrying food, various other things, and water as well. But as fate would have it, our train got stuck and the water soon got consumed. And many of us were struggling with water. And we didn't have water for many hours. And most of the passers-by started sharing the water with each other. The compassion in people's heart started coming. Though everybody had just few amount of water, but when they saw that others were more thirsty, especially the children, the adults started sharing with each other. This shows the compassion in people, the goodness in the nature of the people. Today, we easily see that the water bottles, various packaged bottles are available. It's easily accessible. We can purchase with money, maybe on the railway station, the bus stop, or sometimes available on the conferences as well. But what we forget is that we can buy water with money today, but with time, this finite of resource of water may not be available. People may have that compassion and love to share that water. But once it becomes something not available at a global scale, people might start looking out for themselves. So whenever we can, we shall save water. Whenever I go, I always carry a bottle which is of metal with me. Because along with saving water, we should also look that we do not create plastic pollution by using this packaged water. So every time I try to refill my own bottle rather than buying the disposable plastic bottle and just wasting the water or maybe wasting the plastic can. but carry that water with me in my can. So I consume whatever I need and the rest is not wasted. So always save water. The drinking water is very, very precious. We may be able to live without love, but we can not live in maybe for an extended time without water. Over to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunis. Yeah, I extremely agree with you. We cannot live without water. And yeah, absolutely. If we can bring our tumbler, you can also save water, but not only save water, but also we can more care to the environment since we can use the plastic water bottle, right? So, okay, for the next question, is there anyone want to try to be the second participant? You can raise your hand. Okay, if you're not raise your hand, maybe can I ask Toastmaster Sabina? Do you want to try to be the second speaker? Toastmaster Sabina. Okay, Toastmaster Rasmi, thank you. You are the second speaker, and the topic is, okay, wait. The second topic is water is life and clean water. Water is life and clean water is means health. Water is life and clean water is mean health. Time is yours, Toastmaster Rasmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Water is life and clear water is life. Of course, we cannot live without water, but we all know that we can't drink dirty water also. If we drink dirty water, that is going to spoil our health. Ultimately, we are not going to make any good out of that. So we have to be very sure and aware of what water we are drinking. The water that absorbs in our body should be doing some benefit to us. It's very necessary that we drink clear water because if we are not having clear water, it will lead us to many, many health issues. Ultimately, that will lead us to fall sick and then do more harm to our body. So yes, water is life, but being a very observant and consuming clean water is very, very important to us. Thank you so much.
Yay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Rasmi. Yeah, I agree with you because not the water is very important to us, right? But not everyone can drink clean water, can have clean water for everyday use. So yeah, so as long as we can drink the clean water, means also that we care to our health. So for the third speaker, is there anyone want to try in this table topic session? And don't forget to use our word of the day, absorb. Okay, I see Toastmaster Vivek. Okay, the topic is caring for water is caring for us all. Caring for water is caring for us all. Toastmaster Vivek.
How much time do I have to speak?
You have 1 until 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, water is everything. Water is made of H2O. If we look at our Earth, more than three-fourth or more than two-third of the Earth is filled with water. Even our body also, if we see, more than two-third of the body is made of water. So without water, absolutely there is no life. As long as we can save water, we can save life. Look at our rivers, look at our water sources. Many places it is getting dried. Why it is happening? We need to really think of ways and means how to preserve water, how to keep the water quality as well as quantity intact. Otherwise, there will not be any life for future generations. And future generations will curse us that why we did not take strict measures to preserve the water sources, to preserve the water quality. In India, for example, so many rivers where I used to visit in childhood, they were full of water. Now, when I visit such places, holy places, so many places are dry. There is no flow of water. It looks so awkward to reach to that places. Our dedication, our religious feelings, everything used to be attached. Now there is a detachment which is happening. So what we can do about it, I will give only one call to action, which is avoid single-use plastic. I think that's a one thing. Second thing, what we can do whenever we are celebrating any event, birthday, marriage party, or anything, we should probably convert that into planting trees. Suppose if I'm getting 50 years old, probably I should plant 50 trees. Like that, probably we have to come up with innovative ideas that how to plant more trees, how to make the earth surface more green. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivi. Yeah, I believe that to caring just the drink water, not use the plastic water bottle, but we can also help the event that caring to the environment, like plant the trees, just like that. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivi. Okay, for the fourth speaker, anyone want to try? Toastmaster Rafael. Okay. Wait a minute. So the topic for the fourth speaker is no water, no life. No water, no life. Toastmaster Rafael. The time is yours.
Thank you so much, Table Topics Master. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, no water, no life. It is very important, like water in life give us the source of electrolytes, and water can be in many forms like fruit juice, beers. Water can give us energy, or there's some sort like an energy drink that we consume every day. But most people like sweet water to quench their thirst, especially at times of hot weather. And we would like to go and seek the most coldest and sweetest water that available in the market or within our reach. So that gives us life. But there's another part of water that gives life that we often took for granted. The water that we procreate to give life and to create life. It's not that we are playing God, but that is our duty to offer life with water. So water is important, and we take full responsible of water and making good use of it and not to waste water. That's all from me. Over back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafael. Yes, water is very important, and I can imagine if we have to live without water. Okay, so I guess this is gonna be the last question for our session tonight. Is there anyone want to become the last speaker? Toastmaster Annie, do you want to try? Or maybe Toastmaster Madan?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this is the last question for Toastmaster Madan. Okay, the question is, water is more precious than gold. Water is more precious than gold. Toastmaster Madan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Iksha, for this lovely topic. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, as we know, we cannot live without water, but we can always live without gold. Gold is just for our luxury, for showcasing our how much wealth we have or what are our interests. But water, whether we like it or not, whether we choose it or not, we must have it in order for us to survive. Water, biologically, it's the most essential element for us because, as previous Toastmasters mentioned, more than three-fourths of our body, more than 70% of our body weight contains water. We can always live without gold because gold has nothing to do with us in biological or any other essence. Gold is just something we need as a tertiary, not even secondary, as a tertiary need. But for the primary need of human survival, human for us to survive, thrive, and live a healthy life, water is very essential. As one of the Toastmasters shared the story of sharing water and caring, we can save each other's life. So we can thrive in a community when we have water. But one sharing gold will not mean anything unless it is for some financial reasons. So I will definitely go with the opinion as I share that we have the very very key need of surviving. And the first primary need of survival is successful, is possible with only water and others food sources. But water is essential for us to survive even few days. With this, I'd like to conclude and over to you, Toastmaster Iksha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramadan. Yeah, with water, we can share and we can show our caring to others with safe water, and we can also protect our environment to save our water, of course, to our next generation. And yeah, I guess that I believe that we can live without food, but we cannot live without water. So I think that is the end session of our table topic session. Thank you so much for the all participants. I think I will give the control back to the Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Anna. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster SK, as our table topic master for today's wonderful session in our table topic session. So now we move to the last session. It is evaluation session. Here we learn how to be better speaker by the evaluation team. So I'm going to call our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Bob. Toastmaster Bob, thanks yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. And so far we have had a very interesting meeting, and I've been absorbing all the knowledge that has been going around. First about water, and then about writing an interesting story. Thank you so much to all our speakers and all our participants for the table topic. Now we're getting into the evaluation session, and to give their evaluation, first of all, I'd like to call upon our direct evaluator, Toastmaster Tatata. Please give her feedback on the speech from Toastmaster April. Toastmaster Tatata, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Bob. So I'd like to start by saying that Toastmaster Apri is an amazing storyteller. Do we all agree to that? If we look back into Toastmaster Rachel's 5 recipe of storytelling, Toastmaster Apri actually ticks all of those 5. He talks about his story. He talks about why he's telling his story to the people in this meeting. He's inspiring each and every one of us to come up and try to improve their communication skills in one way or another. For him, it was joining a community of public speakers or speakers who are welcoming enough to improve their communication style, right? On the other hand, he had characters, he had clients, he had his girl crush who he wanted to talk to, but he couldn't. And he had climax, he had resolutions. So he's an amazing storyteller that we all would aspire to be one day soon. So kudos to that amazing way of storytelling and inspiring your audiences. Another thing is the engagement that you tried doing. You're questioning your audiences, saying that, have you ever had the difficulty of communicating, or have you ever tried to say something but it went on to be told as a different thing? So that way of questioning your audiences would make the audience engage with you throughout your speech. And I really like that aspect of speech in any of the speakers. Another is the third factor that I really liked is a simple role play that you did while you were talking with your client, the misunderstanding that was going on while you were trying to deliver your work to the client. And the client was giving his feedback constantly, but you just could not understand what exactly the client wanted. And that simple role play, despite the virtual stage, you made that look so eloquent. And I really liked that simplicity of the role play that you put it in your storytelling for a better storytelling details. Yes, those are the 3 pointers that I really want to highlight about your best parts. However, since this is an evaluation session and in Toastmasters, we truly believe that there's always this biggest room for improvement. The first thing I'd really like to say is that you have this wandering eyes whenever you forget things about your speech, you tend to look upwards. And I think that is one place that you could improve on. Secondly, the purpose of your speech. So it is about delivering an unfamiliar topic. So for us as Toastmasters, communication style and communicating with the audience is quite familiar as a topic, right? You did deal with a different unfamiliar audience because this is a joint meeting with different clubs with different people around. But if you could have a topic that is quite different, something that only Indonesian people could understand, not us Nepalese or Malaysian people that we have today, that would be a cherry on top. So overall, I really liked your speech, but if you could try to control the wandering eyes and also work with an unfamiliar topic, that would be a great job done. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the General Evaluator. That is all for my time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tatata. We need to figure out an easier way to call you. So moving on, the next session is indirect evaluation. And I'd like to call upon our grammarian to please provide a report on the grammar that was used today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bob. So I'm here with my report. There were many good words used today, and I would like all of us to keep on using it religiously in our other speeches and day-to-day conversations also. They are tremendously exhilarating, biography, bragging, intermediate, down to the slum, compassion, eloquent. I'm very sad that the word of the day was just used once by our general evaluator, Toastmaster Bob. Other than that, there are certain things where I think Toastmaster April needs to work on. That was his grammar, basically on past and present tenses. The words were right, but he would switch to past tense and present tense very frequently, which really made it tough for me to point out. But there are certain points I would say I don't get. It had to be I didn't get, which need me. Other than that, it had to be which needs to. I suggest it has to be suggestion. And there were other mistakes which I would like to point. Few amount of water needs to be less amount of water. Sometimes I criticized needs to be at times I criticized. And apart from all this, I think today the meeting, even it being virtual, went on very well with very few mistakes. And definitely the style of speaking of different countries is different, but still it was very understanding and was a good meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Bob. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suman. Next, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Eva to present her counter report and also give her timer report. Toastmaster Eva.
Okay, thank you. I will report about timer in the chat. I read it below, and Toastmaster Apri, he reached 5 minutes for 5 minute 54, and then Toastmaster Rachel, she reached 31 minutes, and then in the table topic session, Toastmaster Sunis, he reached 2 minutes 21. Toastmaster Rasmi, she reached 1 minute 5 seconds, and then Toastmaster Vivek, he reached 1 minute 70 seconds, and then Toastmaster Rafael, he reached 1 minute 37 seconds, and then Toastmaster Madan, he reached 2 minute 30 seconds. And then in the evaluation session, Toastmaster Tata, she reached 3 minute 27 seconds. And then I will share my screen for counter reports. Here's my report. Toastmaster Anna, she said 4 times, and then Toastmaster Apri, he said 3 times. Toastmaster Bob, he said two times, and then Toastmaster Eska, she said 3 seconds, and then Toastmaster Rachel, she said repeat words you and can, and then Toastmaster Sunis, he said 1 time, and then Toastmaster Tata, she says 1 time, and the other is clear. So I think it's a great job for all who participate in this meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster Bob.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Eva, for your report on both the hour counter and as the timer. Now, I'd like to give my evaluation of the meeting as it happened today. So we were able to start the meeting on time, which was wonderful. The Sergeant at Arms was present in the meeting and did a wonderful job of introducing and keeping the meeting engaging before it got started. Presiding officer opened the meeting and did a wonderful job of inviting all the guests. The Toastmaster of the day had a very interesting topic today on World Water Day, and she did provide us with a lot of information on the World Water Day. The first speaker, April, had a interesting speech, and it was, as the evaluator mentioned, it was a very engaging, wonderful speech. Toastmaster Rachel then gave us a lot of food for thought in terms of how we can write our story, the art of storytelling. One thing that she mentioned about writing what comes in your mind, just keep writing, and then you go back and visit. And we've also talked about it in our club in the past. It's a technique called rewriting. So you do want to keep rewriting your speech. It cannot be that you write it once and that's the end of it, but you keep rewriting it. The winners of international speech contests have rewritten their speeches over 100 times, 200 times, 300 times before they actually deliver the speech. So we do want to practice the art of rewriting our speeches. So I'd like to thank Toastmaster Rachel for her wonderful introduction to storytelling. Toastmaster Iksha had very interesting table topics, and it was very engaging and everybody participated. One thing that I'd like to note about the table topic, the topics for the table topics session is that they were pretty much similar in kind for all the speakers. So I think there was a limited variety there. So we're kind of very constrained by the theme. You can open it a little bit more. It could have become a little bit more challenging. It could have been a little bit more challenging. They could have been, just because we're talking about Water Day does not mean we talk about the value of water. We could have talked about irrigation, or the value of water in irrigation, the value of water if you're in space. So it could be made more interesting and more challenging in terms of the kind of topics that were selected. But otherwise, I think people found it very engaging and they had their own personal stories to share. Overall, it was a wonderful meeting. I think we're about at the end of it. So we've done a very good job keeping it tight, concise, and sharing a lot of stories throughout this meeting. I'd like to thank everybody who's present here for taking part, and like to hand over the session back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anna.
Okay, thank you so much for our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Bob. Thank you so much for the very valuable feedback for our meeting. So it will make our meeting be better and better for the next meeting. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the last session for our meeting for tonight. Just the last word, what I say, save our word, save water, because water is our life. Thank you so much for all of the participants who come to our joint meeting for tonight. Thank you, Toastmaster Bob, Toastmaster Suman, and all from Kasthamandap Toastmaster Club. And of course, thank you so much for our Edu speaker, special Edu speaker, Toastmaster Rachel. Maybe later on we can still keep contact to Toastmaster Rachel, and I think we have a lot of things that I really want to discuss. I really want to know more and more. It is okay. Okay, thank you so much. And I will give the control to the president of Kasthamandap Toastmaster Club. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Anna. It was pleasure having this joint meeting with Malang and Toastmasters Club. Being in this joint meeting, there was so much vibrancy as we had many guests from different clubs around Nepal, India, Indonesia, as well as Malaysia. And hearing from Toastmaster Rachel on storytelling, art of storytelling, was the cherry on the cake. We would definitely like to have many more joint meetings and would love to have you all on board with us in this journey of Toastmasters. I would like to end the meeting today and looking forward to many more together. Thank you, everyone, all the participants, all the guests, and all the members. Bye bye. Have a good evening, good day.
Okay, thank you everybody for coming to our meeting for tonight. And see you again for the next 2 weeks.
Great.
Thank you, and nice seeing you all. Nice meeting you all. I hope to see you
Great, thank
again.
you.
I'm signing off.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Everyone, bye.
See you.
Okay,
So
that's pretty smoothly, right? Pretty smooth meeting. And we ending just like agenda, but more early than before.
it is earlier.
Yeah, that's good.
Toastmaster Suman and Sabina, you have same names. Are you still there?
No, we have different names.